I sincerely hope that every single one of you takes something away that you did not know that is going to help you go from a place to a place with your business. Okay? So I'm going to hand over to you, Zoe Cairns, and thank you very much.
Thank you. So let's look at Twitter. How many of you are using Twitter? Okay, so with Twitter, some of you might not know how to use it technically, how to send out a tweet. But again, like I mentioned, you can use YouTube to say how to send a tweet. I want to share with you some strategies on how you can use Twitter, okay? So, what about target audience? Again, is the right target audience on Twitter? Are you using it? Is it the right audience? So remember when I mentioned earlier, like on Twitter, you could go and find everyone that watched Made in Chelsea. What audience would you be trying to be actually engaging with on Twitter? Okay, do you need to use it? Or is it just another platform you're going to just try and send out the same message to? You need to make sure it's a targeted message. You need to make sure that your audience are actually hanging out on there. So you need to do a bit of research. I'm going to show you a tool now, okay, that you're going to absolutely love. How many of you want to get in front of people that love beauty? How many of you want to get in front of people that love makeup? Okay, so a tool on Facebook, specifically for Facebook, and I have to be careful how I pronounce it, is called Follower Wonk. It's called Follower Wonk. Okay? It's for Twitter. It's for Twitter. It's called Follower Wonk. Okay? So, keep with me, everyone. Okay? Okay, followerwonk.com. Who wants to know what it does? Okay, so what Follower Wonk does, it finds your target audience on Twitter. So let's say, for example, you want to target all the mums in Newcastle, okay? Or you want to target all the beauty people in London. So I can go in here and I can say, right, go and find me all the mums, but someone wouldn't call themselves a mums, they'll call themselves a mum, okay? I want all the mums in, I'll put Birmingham. M-A-M. So yeah, getting that right, that's important. So I'm going to put all the mums in Birmingham on Twitter. Now I'm going to click in mum, I'm going to type in Birmingham, I'm going to click on do it, and it's now going to find me all the mums in Birmingham. Okay? Is that okay? So that's finding your target audience on Twitter. So what about if I do beauty? Everyone that loves beauty in Birmingham. Okay? Again, you've got to be careful what comes up on the screen, so I apologise in advance. But you've got beauty bloggers, find relevant people, fashion, beauty, lifestyle and culture in Birmingham. Find people that like beauty. Now, the strategy is that if you go and find your target audience using Follower Wonk, it then says to follow 50 to 100 new people each week. Okay? So you can follow those people from Follower Wonk. And when you follow them, hopefully they will reciprocate and follow you back. So when you're sending out messages on Twitter, you know that it's going to your target audience, people that might be interested in you. What about if you found everyone that liked your competitor? What about everyone you put in their makeup? Or everyone that likes Rimmel? Yeah? So you can find those people, because if they like other brands, you might be able to get them to come and like you. Make sense? So this is what you could do. So yeah, there's only one type of profile on Twitter. One for personal, one for business, yeah, but you might have 2 separate accounts. But what about if you was to go on to Twitter and you was to type in Rimmel at the top, Rimmel London, and you click on their followers and you find everyone that likes them. And you might follow, but don't follow too many people. There's a restriction on Twitter. If you follow more than 200 people a day, they will kick you off Twitter. Don't spam. They see it as spamming. I would only follow 50 to 100 new people a week to organically build up a great following on Twitter. Does that make sense? I would have your own name. You could have your business name if you want to. Okay? Is that all right? So you're building a following within your target audience on Twitter. And you do the same with Instagram. Do the same with Instagram. You don't use follower wonk. Everyone, attention. You don't use follower wonk for Instagram, but you on Instagram, you might type in a hashtag beauty and find everyone that posts beauty pictures and start following them. And hopefully they reciprocate and follow you back. Okay, so building a following. Now, when is the right time to tweet? Okay, when is the right time to tweet? Now, your tweet only gets a 13-second window on Twitter. When it goes in the timeline, it moves down. If you tweet at 8 o'clock this morning and someone goes on now, they're going to have to go through a lot of tweets to find your tweet. So when is the right time to tweet? There's a tool called Twiriad. Okay, Twiriad gives you a timetable of when your followers are most active online, and it gives you a timetable of the best times to tweet. I'm sharing these specific things with you because these are things that you might not find when you go home and look on Twitter, because they're tools to support your Twitter account. You can go home and find out how to tweet, but you can't go home and maybe find these as easily. Okay? So Twiriad.com. They're all free tools. Follower wonk is you can use the free version. Twiriad, you can use the free version. They give you enough data to go forward. The other one is finding influencers. You might go and find Twitter beauty bloggers or people on Twitter that are really influential in beauty that you can start to interview and follow, retweet. And when you do that, they start to retweet some of your stuff as well. And when they do that, because they've got a big following within your target audience, it's got more credibility when it comes from them than it has from you. And they're getting you out to a whole new audience of people. So influencers are another way in which you can really generate that interest and really get your message out to the masses. It works very, very well. Okay? Hashtags. How many of you use hashtags on Twitter? Again, there is a hashtag directory out there that you can use to find relevant hashtags. However, there is Twitter chats. Like when Made in Chelsea's on, there's a Twitter chat happening about that programme. When Towie's on, when top British supermodels on, there'll be a hashtag. There's always a hashtag for things, and you can go on there and start engaging, not spamming those Twitter chats, but engaging with them and helping them, just engaging in the conversation. If people see you engaging in that conversation, they then might click on your profile and find out more about you. And you're starting to build up a targeted community. Make sense? Yeah?